10 minutes, Thursday night. We promised we're going to do a little Halchot Nida. So first thing we want to deal with today, question. There's a very big misunderstanding, thank you, about what does a woman do after she gives birth. How many days is she supposed to be separated from her husband? Many Bukharians say, well, the Torah says for a girl she has to be separated. How many days? What does the Bukharian say? Baruch Hai, help me out here. For the girl.
60 days.
60 days. For the boy, what do they say? 30 days or 40? So they say 40. There's different minhagim. Okay? I was once sitting in Rabbi Nisanov Shul. Shashem yarich yamav ushnotav b'ni'imim. Amen, great on. And two Persian guys actually were sitting over there. It was Parashat Tazria. And they're like, oh, they were reading the pasuk, and they're like, oh, you see over here is the proof that you have to separate 60 days for the girl and the 40 days for the boy. And I'm sitting over there, and I was thinking, should I go correct them? Should I not correct them? Maybe it's better if they stay in their tmimut, in their simpleness. But the truth is, they're so wrong, and many Sephardim make this mistake. They're so wrong in their understanding that Chas v'Shalom they could even be doing an avera. Because why? No. The Gemara said, the halacha is, for example, I'm going to tell you what halacha now, but it's not lamaaseh. What does it mean? I'm going to tell you a halacha, but it's not lamaaseh. I'm going to tell you a law, but I don't want you to follow it. You have to talk to your personal rabbi. We know that there are certain times, besides for Nida, that a guy cannot be with his wife. When is that? Come on, it's a Bukharian question.
Whenever she gives birth.
That's Nida though.
Okay, well.
When the guy is an Avel. Right? When a guy is an Avel, when he's sitting Shiva.
7 days.
Azoi. Right? When he's Azoi, he cannot be with his wife. How about when his wife is Azoi, could she be with the husband?
So, 7 days.
Huh?
No. No?
Exactly. So you guys are like, is that a trick question? That's not a trick question.
7 days.
7 days. They cannot. Asur. I mean, let's say the guy is azoi. for the viewers, I don't know, but it's called avel. He's a mourner. Okay, the guy is a mourner. Now his wife is a nida, and it's her mikvah night. Should she go to the mikvah or not?
Push it off.
Or should she push it off? Because anyway, she cannot be with her husband. But on the other hand, she could help him out. She could pass things to him, this and that. Or maybe, sometimes the guy will be like, she went to the mikveh and, let's, I need some comfort, What do you think the halacha is? You guys are laughing, but it's an actual case that happened while we were learning Avelut. One guy came to me and he said, I'm Azoi, I'm Avel, I'm a mourner, and my wife, it's her mikvah. It's a mikvah night in the middle of my 7 days of mourning. Can she go to the mikvah or not?
I think she should.
We asked, it's a contemporary, actually, I never seen any posek that deals with this question. It's crazy. Maybe it was too simple of an answer or not, but I talked with a couple of dayanim. Dayanim means judges, and they all paskin that yes, she can dip inside the mikveh. Because when a guy is an avel, his yetzer is not tokefoto. When he's a mourner, he doesn't want to be with his wife. He's mitolel ba'afar karno. He doesn't have that desire, that drive. He's low, unless she's the one that's gonna. Yeah, but obviously she's gonna have that respect and not do that. And plus, she could help him out. She could pass stuff to him, this, that.
Isn't it Rabbanan anyways?
Avelut is the Rabbanan, but the Gemara says, Masechet Moed Katan, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, he once saw a guy that was with his wife while he was in Avel, and after he died, the pigs dug him up and were eating his body. So the Rabbi Yochanan said, let's not do this, So back to our previous question, the Gemara says that the womb of a woman, her uterus, actually has a different name to it. What is that? A kever. What's a kever?
A cave.
A grave.
Oh, yeah.
A grave.
Oh, yeah.
So why is it a grave? Because the baby, while it's in his mother's womb, he's dead. He's dead. How do we know that? Because if he tries to kill, the doctor said, listen, one of them gotta go. Chas v'shalom. Lo aleinu, lo al am Yisrael. What do? We say, the person who's alive comes first. Who's alive? The mom. The child didn't come out le'avir ha'olam. Okay? Now, you might say, what kind of Judaism is it? What kind of laws are these?
You can't kill mom.
Okay? We're not here to make the laws. The goyim, it's very interesting with all their liberalism and all their this. And sometimes liberalism is good. Sometimes it's not. This morning, I like to have my first cup of joe in the morning with a little bit of news. I like to be up to date. It's the kind of person I am, okay? Nothing wrong with knowing a little bit of news.
Joe.
And I'm a cup of joe. And I saw the news and I was shocked. Every day something new. Something crazy. One guy walks into a bar, throws 2 grenades, kills 12 people. Some bar in California. Breaking news.
I stopped watching those things.
How can such a thing happen? It's like mamash Edom. This week's parasha, Adom, blood, red. It's Ir Hadamim. This country has become Ir Hadamim. It's just massacres after massacres after massacres. It's crazy. And we see that their father, who's Edom's father? Trump is a Gilgul of Esav. I'm kidding, he's not. I don't know. But Esav Rasha. Look at Rashi over there. When he came out of his mother's womb, he was red. Why was he red? He wasn't naturally red. While he was in his mother's womb, the Gemara says that he drank the Nida blood of his mother. He drank it, and when he came out of the mother's womb, he told Yaakov, if you're not going to let me come out first, I'm going to kill our mother. I'm going to kill her coming out. And Yaakov had to let him come out first. And what happened as he was coming out, the Gemara says the Torah says he was already ready with nails. He took his nails and he ripped out his mother's uterus. With his nails, that way she's not going to have 12 Shevatim. She's only going to have Yaakov and Esav. And from then on, the Klitschka, came, Edom, and this is what's happening in this country over here. It's really turning into its name. Edom, blood, redness. Okay? So so we see Rivka's womb turned into what? A kever. It was a place of death. Okay? Because she was supposed to have 10 other kids. Okay? She was supposed to have Shifteyah. Now what happens when a woman gives birth? The Torah says whether she bled or not. Whether she bled or not, automatically when she has a baby boy, she's tameh for 7 days.
For the Torah.
To the Torah. And for a girl, if she had a baby girl, she's tameh for 14 days. Oh, feminism, finish the pasuk. And then after 7 and 14 are up, even if she continues bleeding, according to the Torah, biblically speaking, for 33 days for a boy, she's tahor. She's bleeding. It's called damim tehorim. It's pure blood. And the Gemara says, and the Torah says, for 66 days for a girl, she's sitting in pure blood. She can be with her husband. While she's bleeding, she can be with her husband. From the Torah. Now what happens? These Sfaradim Tmimim, they saw the number 30 over there, and they saw the number 60, and they come up with this kind of shetlach, like she's tameh for 60 days, 80 days. What is it? The Torah says, bidmeh tahora, she's pure. What does that mean? The Torah, it's pashut. There's no dara. Now, what's the problem with this? A person who holds this minhag of 40 and 80, whatever they do, 40 and 60, could be doing an avera of kofrut. Why kofrut? What's kofrut? Heresy. Why could it be heresy, Rabotai? The Rambam says because they're reading the Torah as is. Who does that? Karaim. Who's Karaim? They just read the written Torah. They don't believe in the oral Torah. Right? They don't light Shabbat candles. They don't listen to Chachamim. Their Torah has nikudot inside. So the Rambam says whoever keeps this minhag, chas v'shalom, could be going over a avera of kfirah. Why? Because he's following the minhag of what? Karaim. So what's the halacha l'maaseh? If your wife gave birth to a baby girl, Nida takoi 80 days, 60 days, 40 days, 20 days. Right when she stops bleeding, she counts 7 days, 7 clean days. After 7 clean days, she could dip inside the mikveh. Also same thing for a boy. 7 days, she stops bleeding. 7 clean days, and she could dip inside the mikveh. Go ahead.
We all know that for some doctors can recommend 4 to 6 weeks.
I'm just talking about the halakha ma'aseh.
But most likely women do bleed for that period. Anyway.
Most women bleed between 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay, so that's pretty much.
Now the thing is, how come? Let's say if I'm going to see a Bukharian guy right now, he said, I separated from my wife for 60 days after she gave birth to the baby. I'm not going to tell him he's a kofir. Why? There is the Bala Agur, if I'm not mistaken. The Ramah brings it down. I think it's the Bala Agur. He says the Ashkenazim keep this minhag. Rambam! No. Rambam kivodo munach b'mkomo. But the Ashkenazim keep this minhag. Why do they keep this minhag? For cleanliness reasons. Because no matter what, she's spotting during those days, right? And it's not a comfortable feeling. You get up from the bed and what do you see? Boker tov. You don't want to see that. So for cleanliness reasons, the Agar says it's okay to keep this minhag. And our minhag today is you should speak to your rabbi, but the best thing to do is to follow the Rambam and Rav Ovadia and the Sephardi way, which is once the woman finishes bleeding, even if it's within 60 days or 40 days for a boy and a girl, right away she counts 7 clean days and she dips inside the mikveh. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.